Organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up today on Daily Iowan TV, safe roads. A proposed bill might be making Iowa City roads safer. And Film Scene, the nonprofit movie theater, is making renovations to its programs.
We took a look at the Iowa dance team
and a standout on the men's gymnastics team.
All of that and more is coming up. This is Daily Iowan TV. Good morning, and thanks for tuning in to our live Thursday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Noah Gowdy. The University of Iowa student government is one of 50 student governments to sign a letter to President Trump asking to keep the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. The program benefits 700,000 children that were brought illegally into the United States. It temporarily protects kids from deportation, and it allows them to work in the U.S. The letter also asks to protect H-1B visas. These visas give international students the ability to work in the U.S. after graduation. President Trump has been planning on eliminating both of these programs. UISG President Rachel Zuckerman signed the letter on behalf of UISG yesterday. In other government news, President Donald Trump has been discussing the possibility of bringing back waterboarding under certain conditions. The method was said to be counterproductive and ineffective. President Trump says he believes the enhanced interrogation technique works. Trump says he will leave the final decision to his cabinet, specifically CIA Director Mike Pompeo and Defense Secretary James Mattis. A proposed bill has high hopes of increasing public safety on the road. Mackenzie Cooper reports.
A proposed bill has already been passed by a subcommittee in the Iowa Senate. It hopes to increase public safety on the road by making texting and driving a primary offense.
Our goal is to keep people safe, and a law that would help us enforce that and give us the tools that we need to stop somebody. And just because we stop them doesn't mean we're going to give them a ticket. I mean, we may give them a warning, may talk to them about it, something like that.
This proposed bill could make texting and driving a primary offense in the state of Iowa. It could also allow law enforcement officers to pull over drivers for texting. Previously, they had to pull them over for another violation before giving them a ticket for texting and driving. Many people think this will increase public safety on the roads.
Sometimes texting when I shouldn't be, and finding myself in driving situations that could be avoided if I wasn't texting, so I definitely think it's a good idea.
Texting isn't the only problem, though. The Iowa Department of Safety said they would support a tougher law that would only allow hands-free devices to be used while driving.
I think that the penalties are too much yet. I don't think that the law is I think there could be improvements being made, and that's why you see everybody talking about it, and the legislature is considering what improvements they can make. So, I definitely think there are improvements that could be made, and it would help everybody out.
Reporting from Iowa City, this is Mackenzie Cooper, Daily Iowan TV.
A new student organization, Love Works, is providing a way for individuals to volunteer in a Christian setting and is fully inclusive. University of Iowa sophomore Marcus Miller, who founded the club, felt a need for a fully inclusive ministry on campus. Miller was not accepted into two different organizations because of his sexuality. The purpose of Love Works is to accept anyone who wants to join to provide a ministry focused on service towards the community. After a successful holiday season, Film Scene is on the rise and is setting high goals for the future. The nonprofit movie theater has made many advances since its opening in 2013. A second theater was added in February 2016, and a summer camp teaching kids how to make animated films took place in the summer. This caught the attention of the Iowa Arts Council. The animated films made by those kids will be aired on Iowa Public Television this February. Film Scene hopes to get people of all ages to join their classes.
We're building out education further. That's the summer camp will expand. We're talking about reaching out as well with that to the senior and retired communities, but then also adding educational courses for adults, Cinema 101, anybody in the community can sign up for it.
film scene is still working on expanding. Yesterday we saw snow for the first time in a while, and I am wondering if we are going to be seeing any more. So let's send it over to Alexis Tansey in the weather studio to find out more. Alexis?
Well, Noah, actually, we won't be seeing any more snow for this week, and I, for one, am glad to see that. Just because the snow has stopped does not mean that temperatures are warming up. Right now, we are looking at temperatures of about 30 degrees with cloudy skies. This afternoon will be about the same, and heading into this evening, temperatures will slightly drop to a high of 27 degrees. Tomorrow morning will remain cloudy, and temperatures will be in the low 20s. Now let's take a look at our 6-day extended forecast. Tomorrow evening, the sun is expected to come out in the afternoon as the high for the day is in the upper 20s. That's it for the sun for the weekend, though, as Saturday and Sunday are both expected to be cloudy with temperatures of about 28 degrees. Monday is looking to be the warmest day of our week with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s with sunny skies. Temperatures will remain about the same on Tuesday with a high in the mid 30s and partly cloudy skies. The temperatures may drop to the low 30s for Wednesday, but at least the sun is expected to be out all day. That's all I have here in the weather studio. Noah, back to you.
Thanks, Alexis. And yesterday with the snow, people still came out to support an event going on at the Capitol Center in downtown Iowa City. I'm joined now with Haley Van Dyke in the studio, who's going to tell us more. Haley?
Exactly. So Eddie Moore Jr. spoke in front of a large audience, a large crowd, discussing his lecture entitled White Privilege 101, getting in on the conversation. He talked up growing up in an overall African-American community. Moore brought up how children that are 5 years old taught what hate is at such a young age, and that's a time for a child's life they should be taught the innocence in things. Although Moore said racism is seen acceptable in the past, the people who speak poorly of other races always aren't bad people. Back to you, Noah.
Thanks for that, Haley. Iowa City teen Matthew Mayer Rich has been found. He went missing Monday afternoon when he ran from staff at West High School. Iowa City police reported that he was found Tuesday evening. The department has expressed their thanks to everyone who called in to help find him. Iowa City police said they received a lot of involvement from the community. An annual survey showed that UI employees are generally pleased with their jobs. The results of the 2016 Working at Iowa survey revealed the members of the University of Iowa workforce is overall content, despite significant changes affecting the workplace, specifically with the new selection of the proposed budget cuts in the Iowa legislature. A new trend is hitting Iowa City. Over the past year, adult coloring has gone up and down in popularity. Many adults have looked for new solutions in hobbies and relaxation techniques and have turned to coloring as a creative outlet. The American Art Therapy Association says that participating in art like coloring can help people suffering from physical and mental impairments. The coloring company Crayola has been getting a lot more attention from adults rather than the usual children.
Pretty obviously we saw a decrease compared to last year. Last year it really spiked dramatically.
And in Iowa sports, we had some men's basketball get back in action. Let's send it over to Taylor and Colin, who are standing by in the sports studio, to tell us more.
Thanks, Noah. Well, we're talking about a variety of Hawkeye sports today.
But let's start off with the men's basketball game Noah mentioned.
The Iowa men's basketball team was at Illinois last night, looking to get a win and build their resume for the NCAA tournament.
Unfortunately for the Hawkeyes, they started off the first half rather slow and could not hold on to the ball, committing 10 turnovers. The Hawkeyes were down to Illini 40-24 at the half.
The Hawkeyes chipped away at the lead, outscoring Illinois in the second half, but it was not enough, falling 76-64.
Baron Wagner led the Hawkeyes in scoring, posting 12 apiece, while team leading scorer Peter Jock finished with just 10 points.
Earlier this month, the University of Iowa's dance team competed at the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex in Florida, beginning the weekend ranked 13th, but leaving with a title much greater. Liv Corbett has more.
The University of Iowa's dance team took a small break from halftime performances and traveled to Orlando, Florida to compete in the UDA College National Championship, putting all their hard work into action. As you can see, I'm standing in front of many trophies, which will soon include the one from their third place victory.
The UDA Nationals is considered the most prestigious college nationals in the country. We compete against many other Big Ten teams from the SEC, and so it really is all of these big universities, their dance teams coming together and competing against each other.
Nationals is kind of a whole other level for us. Basically, halftimes are a more simple version of what we're doing at Nationals, so it's a lot more technique and what we've been working on and training for basically our whole lives in studio.
As we all know, success follows hard work, and with the practice these girls put in, a third-place title was well-deserved.
Well, we've been practicing since November, right? Maybe even before that, because we had state, so we do a series of competitions before, and then we go to nationals. When everyone goes home for winter break, we actually have practices 2-a-days, maybe even 3-a-days, and just practice.
Usually after September, that's when we start looking at those nationals routines and really drilling and working on the technique and trying to get everything as synchronized and perfected as we possibly can.
Going into finals in 6th place, this team was hungry for a title higher than their 5th place finish 2 years ago. What they didn't expect was what happened next.
When we heard the first one, we were all in shock. Like, we knew it was going a good way. And then it kept going, and they said 4th, and I think at that moment, we just all turned into really ugly criers at that point.
Like, I still, have that moment of like, wait, we have medals. We got 3rd. Like, this is amazing. So, yeah, it hasn't worn off yet.
Although nationals may be over, you'll still be able to see the dance team performing at all your favorite sporting events, basketball, wrestling, you name it, they'll be there. Reporting inside the field house, this has been Olivia Corbett with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
You're able to see the dance team at Saturday's basketball game during the halftime show. Also, don't miss their tryouts coming up in April.
The future looks bright for the Hawkeye men's gymnastics team with one freshman standing out. Zach Lohman has the story.
Up-and-coming freshman Brandon Wong has quite the resume coming out of high school. Brandon was an academic All-American for 2 consecutive years and 4-time MVP at Clovis Academy. Going from high school to college-level gymnastics wasn't an easy task. Luckily, Brandon had the support of his teammates.
Being Corey, one of the seniors, is probably one I look up to the most. He's just like he's really welcoming in how he helps us, and he's always there to help the freshmen.
He is just a freshman. Brandon Wong has been growing up with gymnastics all of his life. His parents, Brian and Tamara, have performed all over the world doing different events. When asked if Brandon wanted to follow in their footsteps, he said he just wanted to enjoy being a freshman and being a Hawkeye.
They do gymnastics for a organization called Break the Barriers, and they basically travel around the world and perform for different basketball teams. They've been to India, and so they kind of do that with their gymnastics career.
With his first season just getting underway, Brandon has a long journey ahead of him, but he has one goal in mind that keeps him focused during the competition.
Team, I'd like to contribute to win the NCAA championship.
Reporting from the Iowa Gymnastics Practice Facility, this has been Zachary Lohman with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Brandon and the rest of the team will be back in action in Berkeley, California on Monday, February 6th as they take on the University of California.
Tune in to tomorrow's show for our courtside show where we will preview Iowa men's basketball home game against Ohio State on Saturday night.
That's all we have for you in the sports studio. Noah, back to you.
Thanks, guys. Before we leave you today, we have some unfortunate news about an American icon. Wednesday afternoon, Mary Tyler Moore died at the age of 80 years old. The actress and producer has left her mark on television comedy with her charm and smile. That's it for this Thursday edition of Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check out our daily newscast Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m. on dailyiowan.com or pick up a copy of the Daily Iowan for all the latest Johnson County news. Also, follow us on Twitter at DITV News for updates on all of our developing stories. Thanks for watching and have a great day, Iowa City.